No, I'm curious about the when you played the Lakers, because the Lakers were a lot like New Jersey,
right?
And I'm just curious what you guys thought, because I had been doing Western Conference basketball on radio, and I wanted to tell you that the Lakers didn't know who the Lakers were. It was the same kind of thing. What? Tell me about that, because that's for the championship.
You know, when you make it to the finals, and everyone tells you, and this was one of the things that Larry was trying to, get through to our heads. When you get to the finals, it's so much different from the conference finals to the finals.
Yes, sir.
From media access to just the pressure. Every play, every rebound, every loose ball, every possession counts. And we're thinking, it's the same. It's just a game. I'm sure it's just going to be just like the conference finals. When you get to the finals, it's totally different. And you can't give games away. There was, when Kobe got hurt, one of those games we should have won in LA.
In LA?
We had to.
Yep.
But Glenn Rice and Rick Fox, Brian Shaw, those guys stepped up, and we couldn't stop Shaq. Shaq was unstoppable at that time for them.
Game 4. Game 4 still eats at me, and I think eats at everybody, because that's when Travis, bless his heart, had an open shot, decided to take it in. Only Shaq blocked it, which could have won the game for us. Went into overtime, Shaq fouled out.
Shaq fouls out, and that's another game here at Conseco.
Yes.
You have to win. You've got to win those games.
That made it 3-1. And then we came back and blew them out.
Blew them out. And had a shot to win Game 6
Right.
in the last minute, and we just couldn't get the job done. Those are things that will always pain me, not winning a championship, because I know how much the fans in the city would react. When I think about my career, those are all, people always say, hey, you had unbelievable shots and unbelievable moments, but not winning the big one, that's the one that will always haunt me, because I had so many. If I didn't have all the opportunities, I'd be like, yeah, great. But to be in the conference finals 6 times and to only make it to 1 finals, that's the tough thing, because I was right there so many times.
Well, yeah, but champions aren't always the guys that win the trophies.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Maybe
they are.
Okay.
We're sitting next to one.
All right.
Yes, they are. This man has tasted the bug, so I defer to him. Yes, he can answer that.
Trying to be nice.
No, don't be nice.
I always tell.
This is the crate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought we're supposed to be talking real here, right?
All right, we're
Real talk.
Real talk.
My bad. Note to Conrad.
I always tell people, and you guys played, so you can vouch for this. It's hard when you're a struggling team to get in the playoffs. When you become a playoff team, it's hard to win a playoff series. As you progress through there, it becomes harder and harder, and a lot of the fans don't understand how hard it is. So while you lament not winning a championship, it's hard. It's really, really hard. And I viewed it from the outside, so to speak. But people don't grasp all the different intangibles that go into it. The year we went to the finals, just remember, a Dale Davis offensive rebound to Travis Best in the corner, 0 for 8.
Right.
Makes it a 3.
Makes it 3.
Yeah.
We win, and everybody thinks that team's great. We lose, they think we're junk.
That's true.
That's why it's hard.
You know what else is hard, though? As much as it pains you to talk about not winning one and how you're haunted by it, you didn't do what all these other guys did. Find a team that was close,
Chase it.
take one more year, and chase a ring. I know
I did not try. I was offered, and I didn't accept.
You flirted with it, but you took the honorable route. Your career was your career. It stands on its own.
18 years here with the Pacers is something that I don't think in baseball, football, any player is going to have the opportunity to do. And I wanted to play my whole entire career with one organization and one franchise, and I was lucky to do this. But to your point about how hard it is, I remember being drafted in '87. My first interview was with you when you were with the Star.
Speedway Motel.
And well, hey, do we want to talk about that?
Actually, it was the suites out in
yes.
Oh, okay, all right, that's better.
Yeah.
But do you remember when you talk about how hard when Market Square Arena, when the curtain was down and it was so cold in there, and we played hard, but we just
weren't good enough.
We weren't good enough.
Oh yeah.
And how we just built it up year by year. Donnie bringing in the right pieces, and through how many coaches we went through, but a few of them until Larry Brown.
See, I covered the team 8 years, and I think there were 9 coaching changes in 8 years.
That's how and that's why I try to tell people in my travels, and they're like, "What's wrong with your Pacers?" I'm like, "It takes time. It takes time. I mean, you're close to the team. You call every single game. I like the direction that you guys are headed in. You know, you have a nice young nucleus. You know, there's a lot of injuries on this team. Danny Granger out for another 3 or 4 weeks. But I like the young nucleus that you guys are headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I like the direction that the team is headed in. I actually can recall, obviously not here, in Milwaukee, we were a team and we were young. And it does take time, because it takes time. You don't win in this business without experience.
Right.
And I think that's what everybody has to understand. We're gaining experience with our young guys and trying to do it while people get healthy. What I do remember most about that kind of experience, and hope that people will understand, when you started out and it wasn't going good to the point where you're in the finals, those people who followed that progression so much more enjoyed that progression.
Because they remember when.
Right, than those people who came in at the end. And that's really what I'm expecting to happen here as this continues to grow. I'm curious about that. I would think that the experience would be the same for you, as you just said, because you remember nobody's here. Now you're in the finals. It's like, man, it was hard, but it's worth it.
You know, when in doing this film, The Winning Time, when you're in the middle of a playoff series, you don't get a chance to read all the newspapers or look at all the news footage. And then when Dan Flores, showed me the final product, and I saw a lot of the things that was being said and done, and the passion on the Indiana fans, this is a great place to play, and especially, if they're behind you 100%, which, if you build it, they will come. Once it starts to come back, I just know the passion is here in this state, in this city, for the Pacers.
I'll never forget, the city wanted to have a parade after the 94, after losing in the 94 conference finals. The city wanted to have a parade,
Well, we had that rally that was right in front of the farmers market with like 5,000 people.
Awesome. People hanging out of buildings, signs everywhere.
See, I think this movie will be good for our current team to see, just to show what it is, what it can be like. Your early days, as you mentioned, it was really hard and it was really tough and trying to win people over. And then that whole ride from there on out, through 2000 and even past that a little bit, it's just the euphoria that you get, and especially they get to see what it's like to be treated like kings, and I hope we can get back to that, and I think this movie will help rekindle a lot of that.
Well, I'm glad to be back here. I'm glad to be amongst friends. I appreciate you guys. This is great. We're going to have a great time on February 26th.
Well, guys, I'm sure we could do this all day long, but, Reggie's a very busy man, a movie producer, a network analyst, and all that kind of stuff. So, we got to let him go. But just before we go, can I get one final note to Conrad?
Conrad, I love you, man.
Oh, no, that's not. You were supposed to rip me.
I love you, man.
Oh.
This is a new, gentler Reggie. Obama's in office, baby.
Oh, boy.
Obama's in office. I don't need to go there anymore.
Download this one and save it, because this one is one for the ages.
That one?
Oh, well, don't get me started.
Just remember.
That one.
And you never know what we're going to bring you next week. Think about next week
this
on Pacers Crate.